For the last few weeks, our air conditioner has tried to lay down and take a nap on us a couple of times. And as you heard me talking about last night, our heat is extremely high right now. And with the heat indices, we've been 110, 115. So very, very hot, desperate need of air conditioner. So I'm gonna replace both the starter and the run capacitors tonight. This is a process that does take some real care when it comes to replacing these capacitors. One, because these capacitors continue to hold a charge even after you've disconnected the power, and also because these outside air conditioning units, they have both the 220 disconnect, and they also have the 110 supply from inside the house that controls the thermostat. So if you're not careful, you can turn that disconnect off and still have power to this unit and really get in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I've got no power to it. I've gone ahead and hit the disconnect here and turned off the breaker that I think goes to this unit inside the house, but I'm gonna double check with my trusty multimeter before I start disconnecting anything. So as you can see right here, I have no power coming into that relay. So I have no power coming out of that capacitor. I also have no power coming out of the run capacitor. So along with everything else in this house, the wiring to the air conditioner is not labeled well. So there is no breaker inside the house that shows anything to do with the air conditioner. So I did not record that last part of me replacing the capacitors, the start capacitor and the run capacitor, because I had to do it live with power to the unit. So extremely dangerous, but just know that I was taking every precaution, which meant I wasn't recording this. So when it comes to replacing a capacitor, you've just got to make sure that all of the electricity to the unit is turned off and that you match up all of your terminals. There's one that should be labeled common or C, one that's labeled HERM, and one that's labeled fan. And as long as you put all of the connectors back on the corresponding terminals, it doesn't matter which post you use as long as you put them on the right terminals. And the run capacitor, it's kind of hard to mess that one up. It's only 2 posts. So there it is installed. I'm sorry I couldn't show you exactly how I did this process because, like I said, I was making sure that I wasn't grounding myself, made sure I was wearing gloves, and I wanted to pay extra special attention not to shock myself as I was wiring this thing up hot. So got all the power turned back on, cranked right up, so it's running exactly like it's supposed to. So gang, ice cold electricity coming out of the vents. And I am unelectrocuted.